So this is that assembled radio, and I've got it plugged in, and hopefully in about a minute or so we'll see the lights come on. That blue light has come on when the power's on. The next one that's down below it is LAN. That'll come on when the network is running, which basically means that the thing has to be plugged into the network switch inside that NEMA enclosure that's in the pavilion itself. And that's this piece here. This thing has a label on as to what's what. That cable right here, that black one, is going to this radio. It says P2P radio on it. And this yellow cable right here, this patch cord, gets plugged into the port 3 on that switch in there. There's 8 ports on it. It's plugged in there. This has a little plate that you can take off on the back and screw it to the back of the enclosure first. Just be careful about sinking any screws into that. I think those have fans and a heating element. So just take a look and make sure that wherever you're going to land the screws, you don't drive it through the heating element that's back there. This little plastic plate actually slides off of here. So now we got all these lights on. That's what it's going to look like when it's connected to the other end. The other end is this little radio right here. It's similar to those other ones you got up there, just a smaller version. Same capacity. Doesn't have a secondary Ethernet port on it, but this is the radio you're going to install out at the remote location. And this is the new access point that you're going to install on there. I'm going to go into a little detail here on how this thing gets mounted, because it's a little bit of a pain in the ass to mount. And that's the little wall enclosure, or I should say enclosure you guys are going to put on the new E-panel framework there or whatever. It has a duplex outlet in it. I'm not going to wire that up. You're going to need an extension cord or a way to hardwire that thing either way. But the cables will be complete. I've got the cables going out to this and to this radio with labels on them, so you know where to plug them in. I'm basically going to leave this whole thing plugged in and throw it in a box. So I think that it'll make the trip. Stuff's pretty rugged. And there's your pieces. Last but not least is this mount. I'll send 2 of these just so you guys have one up there. They're not that expensive. This mount has obviously a sort of a hinge point and some hardware that you can put the radio on it over here and then put it on a roof. So you got to, you put it on an angle, put this up on the roof and bolt it in, lag bolt it down into the roof surface or the building or the post or whatever. It has quite a bit of flexibility. And then on the back of the radio itself comes with some U-bolts that are going to go in there to get it onto a post, or you just drive the screws into a post. And then this radio is a little different. This has got a little bracket or a little depression in the back here where you just put a tie wrap around it, and that'll all be in the box also. I'm not going to send some of the shipping, the packaging material. If one of these things goes bad, I'll send it up to you so you can send it back to Ubiquity. But I'm going to strip out all the packaging material and just send the pieces to this stuff so that you can get it mounted.